Alright, hello everybody in the YouTube world. This is, of course, the Whatever Kid. I'm going to be doing my second album review. This is not going to be anything like the first, as if you watched the first album review, which was on Freddie Gibbs' album and Madlib's album, Pinata, I had a bunch of praise for it. Can't say the same for this album right here, which is Soulja Boy's debut album, SouljaBoyTellHim.com. This is a train wreck. If I'm gonna be real frank with you, you might be able to get some enjoyment out of it if you don't take this seriously at all. But if you're a guy that says real hip hop unironically, you're gonna think this is trash. In 2007, his big song Crank That is what got him to the position he's in. And that's a song that's gonna be played at every prom, wedding, or in the club until the end of time. He had a good run from 2007 to 2010. He had other hits as well besides Crank That, Turn My Swag On, Kiss Me Through the Phone, which is my favorite song from Soulja Boy ever. As a big part of that probably is due to the fact that he doesn't do the hook. So there's more than just a phrase or a word being said over and over again as the hook. I remember in 5th grade, all of my classmates would hype this guy up and act like he was the next big rap commodity, like he was Biggie or Tupac, when he's far from that in actuality. And that's evident as to why 5th graders should never be the ones making major life decisions. If they think Soulja Boy has bars, it got so bad to the point that I even went up to my dad and was telling him about Soulja Boy. And my dad bought the CD, but he sold it though. And when I was listening to this, it made me think, this is why my dad sold that Soulja Boy CD. If I wanted to do a lazy review, like Soulja Boy does lazy writing, I could just sum up this album like this. Amateur and boring lyrics, shows no lyrical creativity with wordplay, uninteresting flows and performances, garbage hooks, and instrumentals being the highlight on most songs, even if the instrumental is garbage itself. As I actually like 2 of the first 3 full songs, and go figure, Crank That was one of the better songs on it, as at least Soulja Boy was trying to demonstrate some kind of effort when it comes to writing a hook, and everything about the song is just good enough. The instrumental, his flows, nothing that was really terrible about it. And the instrumental does seems to have a little Caribbean influence to it. It seems like something that could have been used in Little Mermaid or something like that. And if I had to give a rating for the instrumentals as a whole, I would have to say a light 6, which is pretty good for an album that is a train wreck overall. There were instrumentals that I did like, but of course, Soulja Boy had to take a huge dump on the potential a song might have had with whatever. Literally, no pun intended when I say that. I'm not just saying that because it's the name of my channel, but he's literally just like whatever on these beats. I could do freestyles that are better than some of these songs he's made. I'm not even making that up. My freestyles are not good, and I could make a better song with a freestyle than he could. My friend Derek could make a better song than he could. And well, maybe that's a reach, actually. But in all seriousness, though, the instrumentals do definitely have a mainstream influence to them, to what the sound was like at that time. And specifically, the song by Jaquan, you know, the hook that goes like this. Everybody in the club get I think he actually did say something about how that song influenced him. The only other song that I did like was Snap and Roll. This seemed to be a rare case where Soulja Boy having a repetitive hook worked in his favor, as the instrumental and the hook, the combination of the two, is what made it catchy. Me, I don't have a problem with repetitive hooks, but Soulja Boy consistently does it in a way where it kills the song. And for me, you've got to have the right cadence or vocal inflection to make a repetitive hook work. The last positive thing I will say about this album is the closing track. And of course, the hook is why the song gets ruined. Don't get mad cause the kids like me. Don't get mad cause the kids like me. I'm trying to do an imitation of that hook. But I can't take this seriously. Alright. How is that a good hook? But aside from that, it features Soulja Boy's best lyrical moment. I mean, it's not saying much. He talks about his newfound fame through the internet, and it just makes me a little nostalgic about those times, and it gives you a little more context on what it was like digitally in 2007. My Sidekick also does that a little bit as well. Earlier, I gave you a brief synopsis on what was wrong with this album. Now let me give you some examples of that. Even though I have songs that I like, this one has to be the most standout out of all of them, and for all the wrong reasons. Yahhh. I was listening to this song this week for the review, and I was bursting out laughing when I heard the hook. If there's an afterlife, or if Tupac is alive in Cuba, like some of these conspiracy theorists say, this is how he would be reacting if he heard the hook of Yahhh.
Hey man, I was just wondering, can I get up? Yeah, trick.
This song right here is why SoundCloud rappers exist and why there are so many kids that think they can get into the rap industry. Soulja Boy just uttered out some nonsense as a hook and he signed to a major label. This is going to be the most backhanded inspirational advice ever, but here we go with this. If Soulja Boy can make it into the music industry where he says, "Yahhh, trick, yahhh," as a hook, you can make it in the industry, because I think that you probably have better bars than he has. I want to move out of the house I live in, and I want to get rich like Soulja Boy. So I guess this is what I have to do in order to get signed by a major label. Yeah, I need an instrumental that a major music label would like, you know, for hip-hop trends, you know what I'm saying? I got these real annoying upstairs neighbors, and they got me all like this, you know what I'm saying? They got me like, stop, yeah, stop, 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 yeah, you know I feel about you, dude. You are stupid. You're stupid. RCA, Atlantic, Interscope, where my deal at? You can't deny this talent. It took so much effort for me to write this hook. You know what I'm saying? Man, I worked harder than Kanye when I wrote this hook. If you look the lyrics of Yahhh on Genius.com, it will give you extra context and say this. The third single of Soulja Boy Tell 'em.com, it received extremely negative reviews from critics. Oh gee, I wonder why. Digital Spy said of the song, based around Soulja Boy and how A-Rap screaming incomprehensible gibberish, the repeated "Yahhh, trick, yahhh" is more irritating than a life supply of itching powder, while the bargain bucket synth soundtrack sounds like an old Nokia ringtone. That's unbelievable. That this song was released as a single, and not only was it released as a single, it charted number 48 on the Billboard! I lost all hope in the music industry. If that song could chart anywhere on Billboard, anyone can. No wonder why we got little brats like Bad Baby becoming famous, or bad singers like Jacob Sartorius becoming famous. Another lousy Soulja Boy contribution, I mean, that's pretty much most of the songs, but especially on this one, Pass It to a Rap. He's essentially a featured artist on his own song, and the only words he says is the title of the song. Pass it to A-Rab as the hook. A-Rab's rapping the 3 verses, and he's just saying, pass to A-Rab, pass to A-Rab, pass to A-Rab, pass to A-Rab. That's it, and he got a check that's probably more than what you get paid in a year for that song, for just saying 4 words as a hook. How lazy does one have to be? The 3 verses that A-Rab does on the song, they're decent, but not enough to make the song any good though. Their report card, that might be runner-up for the 2nd most obnoxious hook on the album. Throw some D's on it. Yeah, I want to throw some D's on this album review for Soulja Boy. I swear, all the 5th graders that don't care about school, they probably think that song was fire. Oh my goodness, this is so relatable, man. I get D's and L's on my report card too. The last song I'm going to mention is Soulja Girl. The hook isn't outright terrible like some of the other ones I've mentioned on this review, but it's pretty shallow considering the fact this is what a girl needs to do to be a soldier girl. You need to walk like that to be a soldier girl. What? So dance moves, being good at dancing is what's gonna make you a soldier girl. And the lyrics are just so bland. There's nothing special to them. And then Soulja Boy, he has a tendency to do this in a lot of his songs, especially on his last verse of songs. He can't think of anything else to come up with, so he'll just repeat the thing on his last verse. Oh, I love you, girl. I love you, girl. I love you, girl. That's literally what it will be like on some of his final verses of songs. And that's the same with this on Soulja Girl. He does this. We're on the phone like that, da 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 da. Something that he reused for "Kiss Me Through the Phone." Soulja Boy doesn't do the hook on the song, but he does the ad-lib with "You." I can't take that seriously. You're trying to make a romantic song and then you do the "you" from Crank That. It's a meme when someone does the "you." The final verdict of this album is a 2.5 out of 10. And Soulja Boy has nothing to really offer as a rapper. And like Ice Cube said in No Vaseline about Dr. Dre, I'm going to be saying this about DeAndre, since that's Soulja Boy's real name. And yo, DeAndre, stick to producing. Soulja Boy is an example of what really matters to the music industry now. I mean, talent does matter to an extent, but it's not the biggest thing. It's not much of a priority as it might have been in the past. And the truth is, a major label would rather take a rapper that might have a similar skill set to Soulja Boy, but has a following and a personality, has markability, as opposed to this person that might be the next coming of Eminem, but no one really cares about this guy. I'm not saying this always is the case, but it does happen. If you made it to this point in the video, I appreciate it. Feel free to check out my other videos. I'm a very self-conscious guy, and YouTube has really helped me improve with that. I would tell my 5th grade self to not care about any of the snide remarks my classmates made toward me, which made me self-conscious as a result, because they're clowns that like Soulja Boy think he's good! So nothing they say is credible. If they say 2 + 2 = 4, it doesn't. I guess I've been lied to my entire life. Alright, this is the Whatever Kid, and it's on to the next one.
Hey Soulja Boy, can I